all of these angles that are created with parallel lines in a transversal have names. So we're going to look at their names today and how they all relate to each other. So we have, if you're just joining us on video, sorry, I forgot to start recording. You're going to need to get this copy from me and cut it out and label your flaps here. All right, so when we're looking at this, we have a set of parallel lines right here. So this line and this line are considered parallel. So let's go ahead and label that. So these two lines right here and here are parallel lines. And a lot of times we use this symbol. It looks like two lowercase l's right next to each other to show parallel. So we might say that one line segment is parallel to another line segment by writing that line segment and then those two vertical L's and then another line segment. Now any line that cuts across a set of parallel lines is called a transversal. So this line right here, its name is a transversal. Okay. All right, now let's look at our, start talking about how we name these different angles. First of all, you have your parallel lines right here. We have interior angles and exterior angles. And just like a house, like if you buy house paint, you buy house paint for either interior or exterior. Interior are the ones inside of the house, the walls inside of your house. So interior for angles is the inside of our parallel lines. So these four angles are considered our interior angles. So I'm going to shade them one color. You guys can shade with me. I'm going to shade all of my interior angles one color. So it's all the angles between your parallel lines on the inside. These are your interior angles. I got some pretty awesome white noise going right now with everybody coloring. I'll put somebody to sleep. Okay, and we're gonna label these interior, okay, because these are our interior angles. Okay, so I'm sure you can guess what we're going to talk about next. So those were the interior ones. The exterior angles are the ones that are on the outside of our parallel lines, just like the exterior of the house is the outside of the house. So we're going to shade these a different color to show that these are our exterior angles. And you'll be able to use this on your test. You'll be able to use this on IXL today. It'll be great. And we'll go ahead and label these angles. These are our exterior angles. We have exterior angles over here and over here. Okay, so now that we have our interior and our exterior angles established, we're going to talk about the first thing, which is corresponding angles, okay? Now, corresponding angles, I'll show you an example. Let's start with angle 1 here. I already made this angle on patty paper, okay? So here's angle 1. The corresponding angle is the angle that is in the exact same position on the other line, the other parallel line. So if I slide this down the transversal, see how it lands exactly on angle 5? That means 1 and 5 are corresponding. So if you were to pick up this and put it on top of this, it's the angle that it would land on top of, okay? So angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding. So underneath our angle, our 1 flap here, okay, so here's our 1 flap. The angle that it's corresponding to would be angle 5, like that. Okay. So angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding. We can do the same thing with angle 2. I've already put that angle on patty paper, so let's take a look at angle 2. If we want to know what angle's corresponding with angle 2, it's the angle that's in the exact same position over on this side. And if I slide angle 2 down the transversal, I will land right on top of angle 6, okay? So we can say that angle 2 and angle 6 are corresponding. Okay, so under our 2 flap, we're going to say that the corresponding angle to angle 2 is angle 6. Okay. Now, we've already kind of talked about it, but because we did it when we were working on angle 1. You have angle 5 here, and we already know that angle 1 and 5 are corresponding because we just showed that, okay? Because if you slide angle 5 down that way, it's going to land on angle 1. So the corresponding angle to angle 5 is angle 1. Same thing with 6. If I were to slide 6 down, it would land right on top of 2. So the corresponding angle to angle 6 is angle 2. Okay, see if you can label the bottom 4 on your own. Okay, I'm going to fill it in too. Is that what you guys got? Yes, yes, okay. All right, the important thing to remember about corresponding angles is they're congruent. And we showed that with the patty paper. When we slid it down, it landed right on top of it. It was exactly the same measure, angle measure, okay? Now let's talk about alternate angles, okay? And it's usually specific, like up here it's asking for alternate exterior, and here it's asking for alternate interior, okay? What that means, alternate means on the opposite side of the transversal, and exterior means it's one of these angles. Okay, so if you're looking at angle 1 and you want to know which one is the alternate exterior angle, you're looking for an angle that's on the opposite side of the transversal. So here's our transversal line. So the opposite side of the transversal and an exterior angle. So that's going to be 8. They're usually diagonal of each other. So alternate exterior angles would be 1 and 8 together. So let's do that. So the alternate exterior angle to angle 1 is angle 8. Let's It's just a mouthful sometimes. Now let's look at our interior angles because we're looking for the alternate interior angle for angle 2. Okay, so here's 2. We want the angle that's on the opposite side of the transversal and is on the interior. So it's going to be right here. Okay, so angle 2 and 7 are alternate interior angles. You guys following that okay? Okay. It's just a lot of new vocabulary. And then the alternate exterior angle for angle 5. So angle 5 is right here, and it's going to be on the other side of the transversal and on the interior. So it's going to be here. So 4 and 5 are considered alternate interior angles. So let's go ahead and put angle 4. And then we're going to look at angle 6. Remember, it's kind of like a diagonal here. Alternate exterior this time is going to be on the other side of the transversal and on the outside of the parallel lines. And it's kind of like a diagonal. Okay, so 6 and 3 are considered alternate exterior angles. So we can put angle 3 here. Okay, see if you guys can get the bottom 4. Is that what you guys got? Okay. All right, let's look at same side now. Okay, same side angles. So far, we've only looked at pairings that are congruent to each other. Because if you check this out, 1 and 8, they're alternate exterior, they are congruent. If I was to take angle 1 and flip it over the transversal and go to the exterior, land on top of angle 8, you can see that they're the exact same measure. So far our corresponding angles are congruent and alternate exterior and alternate interior angles are congruent, okay? Now we're gonna look at same side angles, and those ones are not congruent, they're supplementary to each other. For example, if you're looking at the same side exterior for angle 1, same side means same side of the transversal. So you have your transversal here, so it's gonna be on the same side as angle 1, but it's exterior, and the only angle that's on the same side and is on the exterior is angle 6. And if you look at these two angles, you already know that angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding. They're the same measure, which means that these are supplementary, okay? So like I said, those ones add up to 180. They're not congruent. Okay. Let's take a look at angle 2. You want same side interior. Okay, so same side of the transversal, so that kind of knocks out all those ones down there. And the only one that's left that's interior is angle 5. Okay, which if this was, we've already established that these are same side interior angles. So the one that goes with 5 is angle 2. And then same side exterior with 6 will be 1. Okay. All right, see if you can do those bottom 4. Double check, make sure you're good. You can definitely use this on the test along with your vocabulary foldable that we created. So make sure you don't lose it. It's not going to go in your table of contents because it's not easy to clip into your binder. So just put it in like a pocket or something in your binder. But I would recommend keeping it out for right now because you have an IXL code, which is just naming all of the angle types, okay? And it goes back into like adjacent angles and vertical angles too that we covered before break. So make sure that you remind yourself of what those mean. And here's the table of contents too.